Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Liberty Block Broadcasting Journey, as always brought to you semi-live from Nevermindware, USA. God bless our troops. If you find this broadcast entertaining and enlightening and informative, please do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It'll help this channel flourish. Now, of course, a special shout out to my current subscribers, the MAGA and MAHA sophisticates out there, my conservative compatriots. And of course, those of you making your way to or back to the right side of the aisle. Now it is time to ring that spiritual Liberty Block bell and roll on with today's program entitled Midterm March Madness, Part 2. So if you need to play catch-up, Part 1 is available in both a 60-second format and now a 9-minute, roughly, format. So if you're ready, let's roll on. Turnout, base politics, and persuasion. First, the red meat can energize the base, and we need to make that a part, but it will also energize the Dems. Second, the red meat does not grow the middle voter message. The Better Midterm strategy blends red meat turnout and middle voter messaging. Where did I focus last? Think back. Guide and remind, diligence over chaos. Give clear base contrast, the red meat they desire, and speak to the swing voters, those middle voters, in terms of an economic message. Tie in our competence, our stability, low crime rates, law enforcement, sealed borders, sane foreign policy. Guide and remind. For the party folks, Diligence 2.0. Recruit taskmasters to win. Sheriffs, veterans, CEOs, all people who live and breathe and can talk conservative or America First policy, and they're fluent like Cruz, Rubio, Kennedy, and Vance. No favorites. That's a question for a cabinet post or a judge. Is the candidate reliable? These candidates need local roots and biographies to match their vim and vigor. They should also be on message, always, and espousing a brand of conservatism or MAGA ideals that promote execution and promise. Concentrate on the winnable seats first. Start locking them down now. Bad candidates tank winnable races. I'm sure we remember a few of those. So leave the extreme convo at home. Focus. Growing a majority. To hold and expand a majority, Republicans need to manage three things at once: the national environment, covered in Part 1, the party brand, and the candidate slate. We just covered that. On the national environment, we want to paint an image that Washington is still off course, but getting close. A clear majority in both houses will help the promise of America. We are the party of diligence. Guide and remind. We reinforce this perception by focusing relentlessly on pocketbook issues, tying in border and crime concerns, and frustration with Democrat woke policies. The Dems, of course, are going to reach for that old tired playbook, invest in America. The tax and spend wealth envy nonsense, the rich don't pay their fair share nonsense. They will try to raise common sense voter issues while dismissing the need for it elsewhere. Guide and remind. Point out our superior version of the future and remind your potential voter what Democrats are at their core. Equity, not equality, and the woke agenda. We are middle class. They are insane. On brand for the DC folks. No shutdown circus, more middle-class messaging. At every debate and opportunity, these folks in DC should cast the Dems as unstable and nuts. diligence over chaos, substance over symbolism. I think I've heard that somewhere before. Ideologues are going to vote GOP anyway. This is a battle for the middle. Remember part 1. Nuts and bolts, targeting a small set of clearly winnable states and districts and pouring resources into them, using effective tools like the turning point, enforcing discipline in primaries to prevent self-defeating nominees, finding the right candidate. We covered it. Again, framing Republicans as growth, stability, and leadership. The bottom line for the GOP? Voters want to feel that someone competent is minding the store, that policy is not veering off a cliff, and that their daily lives are becoming a little more secure and affordable. TDS Dems and lamestream media will make this hard. Expect no help from CNN, Ms. Now, PBS, and any of the other lamestream media outlets. Republicans need to present themselves as strong on law and order and serious about governing in economics. They should be cautious but articulate on culture fights. Abortion is solved. Don't get sucked in. Conservatives are inherently fair. It's the left that has to lie about who they are. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Please come back early and often as I yield back the balance of my time. God bless our troops and God bless our nation. I'm out.